All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So, unfortunately, I am going to remove TRKA as well as HUBC, and I am replacing them with what you see here, FFIE as well as Xela. I'll keep MULN because my MULN thoughts have been kind of short for the last few, right? First off, I hope you see it before I start talking about it soon. This is looking like a juicy setup right here. Needs just a little bit more for me to sincerely believe, but I hope you see it, right? Red, 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 red can quickly turn to green, 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 and we're not that far away from that, okay? Xela, I'll be honest, has a mind of its own, okay? And I'll talk about what I find really interesting about the stock, but yeah, end of the day, reverse split is a reverse split, right? So, but I'm actually excited to share some thoughts on Xela. I don't think I've done that in a while. And then again, like I said, MULN is just kind of, I'm disappointed. I also lost a little bit of money on MULN myself. Right? Not lost, but I didn't capture as much of a gain as I should have. So again, I'll talk about all that shortly. Real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share these things with your friend on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, but I swear, I am very, very grateful for your very valuable time, all right? So let's get into it. Again, look, FFIE is starting to look juicy, okay? What do I like? Look, good things happen over the 8 and the 20. Bad things happen under it, right? Because it goes from this like really hard to lose it to all of a sudden really hard to get over it, right? And it's been like that for what, 1, 2, almost 4 months, Jesus, right? What's starting to happen now is we're going horizontal, right? And look, I've said it. You go down, horizontal, and either up or back down. And I think that's all going to come to this 26 line, okay? I really wish I had a couple more decimals to see it, but look, end of the day, it's the 50 moving average, all right? And it looks like it's actually saying it's at 27. So I would call this a high 26 cents, and then obviously that low 27 cents. But if we can close, I'll tell you, if you want to play it a little safe, you can call it 29. Hell, you can even kind of call it 28, and I think that would be even safer in all honesty, right? But yeah, if we can break this 50, I'll be honest, my target is actually the 44-cent line, okay? I know I have these two right here, but look at these. These are really weak lines. I'm using the top of this guy, the bottom of this guy. No. I'm just seeing red, 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 green, 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 green. Literally, if you can break this, it should want to run to that, okay? That said, it will not be easy to break the 50, all right? Let's just zoom out a little bit, okay? We make a hit right here and fail hard. We make a hit right here, fail hard. We break it and quickly run to the 100. That's what I'm hoping here, right? What I don't like though is look, once we come back down, we are unable to use the 50. It actually you can see it, it blocks it right here, right? So this 50 has really only been broken once, well, in the last, we'll call it 2 times. Jesus, this 50 is no joke. Since about right here, since July 2021, sorry, since July 2021, I would only say we've broken the 50 once, twice. All right, this 50 line's not going to be easy to break, but for real, if we break the 50, if we go from like, again, that's why I'm saying if you're patient enough, even 28, 29 cents, if that hits, it really is going to want to go to this 45 right here, okay? However, I'm not here just odd. And look, RSI looks all right. MACD actually looks all right. Volume is actually looking all right. Like check mark, check mark, check mark. I wish this was positive, but clearly, look at that little divergence right there, right? I think it's going to want to go over the dotted line being 0, right? But end of the day, I kind of don't care about any. It is all about 26, 27 cents, all right? If it can do it, interesting for sure, right? Otherwise, we've literally seen it. We hit the 50 and fall hard, right? So we hit the 50 and fall hard. We hit the 50 and fall. Like, don't pretend that can't happen, okay? But one more time, if we break the 50, I see this very clean climb to the the 100 right here. So yeah, just a little bit more, but very close. I think that's the best way to say it. Ooh, this is a nice weekly, right? Obviously, it's still super, super early, but we're over the 8. You can already see how long it's been since we've been over the 8, right? Middle of February, right? I don't even think it's early. I think it's literally, yeah, right in the middle of February is the last time we fell under the 8 moving average. And we made one little attempt, couldn't really do it. This is so far looking good. Let's see where it ends. And again, MACD's all right. You know what? I will actually say it's all right. It looked like it was flattening out right here, and then I can kind of see that elevation. So I'll take it. Again, nothing spectacular, but you know, we're close, right? And again, I think this kind of goes back to the 44 line. If we break the 8, I think we run to the 20, and I pretty much disregard that, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think the 26 line is going to be important, and then from there, we're just running up here. I don't want to delete these because, again, you can see what happened right here, right? It did take a couple days to go. So I think these might be more of the, like, couple day points. But, yeah, I 44 if 27 breaks, okay? Xela. Oh, typed that real slow. Sorry about that. Okay. Xela, listen, I've said it on the MULN videos a number of times. I have to have said it. I don't remember the last time I covered Xela, but nonetheless, a reverse split. I don't care what the size is. 1 for 200, 1 for 35, 1 for 15 billion, whatever the number is. A reverse split is death. Okay, and I'm wildly shocked that we had this day. It really reminds me of CEI, okay? I always go back to that really quickly. Right here, okay, right here was the announcement, and then it did that, and then it dropped. The funny thing is the day after the drop, it actually kind of continued, right? So I would even say Xela is a little bit different from CEI in so many ways too, but yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it did any of that. And I know Friday probably looked nicer. That's a good little candle, right? But we're now kind of starting to see what I would say I expect, right? Like the 8 moving average looks like it's starting to go down. This actually isn't going as low as I expected it, because you can see the downward was actually that, give or take, right? And you can kind of see that the line's kind of changing it to like a little higher, but I think this drasticness is kind of making me think that this is going to go down. But yeah, overall, look, I am a firm believer that a stock will go back towards where it was before the reverse split. Now, I am not here saying that this $4.73 stock is going to go down to 3 cents, right? That's obviously where the reverse split was, right? But yeah, I'm very much expecting this stock to go down to $4 pretty quickly. I just am, you know, and this is green can really turn to red. You know what I mean? It's kind of the opposite of what I was just saying on that other ticker, right? So under the 8, under all the moving averages, I imagine, right? 200, yeah, you're under all 5. There's more good happening here than I would expect. But again, nothing is telling me that this is going to want to go up. Anything that makes this go up is like a wild shock to me. I'll be honest with you. But really, if this thing loses 403, it will be a very quick drop to basically $3. And roughly speaking, it's not exactly 50% candle. It is a little lower, but like, you know, I like a 50%, like even 423, that's almost where we wicked it today. And you can kind of argue if I go a little higher, it's a little better, that 50% candle. Yeah, 435 maybe. And that's actually almost 50% of this one. I think that 435 line is worth drawing. Give or take that, 433, whatever. I think if 433 loses, it'll be a quick drop to 405. And if 405 loses, oh man, that's going to be a quick drop to 3. And after 3, I imagine we are back in all-time lows. You know what I mean? I'm shocked that we were able to at least not keep going down into all-time lows. Honestly, I really am shocked. But I think if 433 loses, I don't think 405 has much of a chance to hold. Because again, this 50% is pretty close to a real 50% of that one, right? Listen, I know the MACD looks like it's kind of coming up. I know like the RSI doesn't look horrible. And yeah, we actually have we have more green than red the last 5 days, right? None of this matters to me. 80% of the work is up here, and all we're doing is trading under all 5 moving averages. Again, I am shocked we didn't keep going down more and more and more. Again, if you really disagree with me, I'm not here to hate on you, right? So like throw it in the comments, right? I'm not gonna bash on your thoughts or anything, but reverse split is a stock killer, and I think Mullen is the best example of that. Again, 1 to 25 split right here. I really started calling out that I think we're gonna go sub $1 very quickly. Got a lot of hate for it, and all we did was trade under the 8 moving average. So look, I was bullish. I was slightly bullish. That's I think what I put my headline at, right? But I was very honest that I bought this candle. I held. I sold a little bit, but definitely not as much as I should have. I'll say that, all right? I really wish I did sell it all literally that day, but I did get a little lucky, okay? So one of the things, if you go back to my video, I said, I think it was 85 cents. Yeah, exactly, 86.85. So I had a stop loss set for me at 85 cents. Basically my 50% candle rule, right? So it should make sense for that number. When this stock opened down here, because you can see opened at 9.3, right? Day before we closed at 9.5, right? When we gapped down the 2 cents, I unloaded. All right, and I know it sounds silly. I saved, what, 8 cents a share? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm glad I did not lose more than that 8 cents a share, because again, if I just didn't touch it, it was going to come all the way down there for absolutely no reason, right? But I've said it before, there are certain things that make me like break a rule. A gap up or a gap down at the open, and it looks strong, makes me do certain things. I talked about that on NVOS when I got in a little bit midday, right? Same thing here. This gap down was early enough for me to jump out. I'll take the 8 cents. I obviously only lost a little bit, but truth be told, I think I could have sold. I forgot where I sold. But yeah, I could have been much, much worse, especially if I literally didn't touch it at all. I would have come all the way down to, I'm pretty sure it was at 85. It might have even been at 84. I might have even given it like a little bit of slack just in case, because Mullen is Mullen, right? Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, look, end of the day, I think a lot of the Mullen thoughts just go to Xela. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's 1 to 25. I don't care if it's 1 to 200. I don't care if it's 1 to 2. Reverse split is bad, right? So, hey, I appreciate your time. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, thank you.